Hi all, welcome to another video. So this is considered to be the major success for India in G20. Why? Because this is going to make big headlines in coming days, and also from exam point of view, this is very important, right? So this is the major G20 update that is coming now. The thing here it is Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment and India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. So this is mostly related to the trade pact, right? So the focus will be on improving the trade between India, Middle East, Europe, along with US, bypassing China, right? So in this video, I will discuss how this will impact China Belt and Road initiatives and how this project is different from the other project, that is BRI, right? So if you look over here, we will discuss these things, right? So we will focus whether this project will choke, like it may pose or threaten BRI initiative of China, and we will also know about what is BRI, like the basic information, and we will have the comparative aspects between the current project and the China's Belt and Road Initiative, and how the current project is going to help India, right? So this is very useful from international relations point of view, infrastructure, and also economy, right? So if you are preparing for these exams, this is going to be an important topic, right? So first we will see what is China's Belt and Road Initiative, right? So if you look over here, so China started this Belt and Road Initiative in 2013, right? So this is also known as Silk Road Initiative. So this is the short form given, that is Belt and Road Initiative. You can also call it as BRI. So here you have investment in infrastructure. Okay? So infrastructure projects like railways, power grids in Central, Western, and Southern Asia, along with Africa and Europe also. So here you can see, right? So the light brown color which is shown here, this shows the road connectivity project, and the gray one which you see here, right? So this is trade route through sea. Okay, the focus will be on road and sea route. These are the projects taken up by China. It ranges from gas pipelines, oil pipelines, railroad, economic corridors, development of ports with China agreement, and constructions that will be planned and already under construction, right? So this is how exclusive and extensive China desires to extend its hold on economies of various countries, right? So as we already discussed, right, it was started in 2013. Okay, so this is considered to be the history's largest infrastructure and trade route built out. So till date, this is the largest infrastructure and trade route that will be developed, right? So this is largely conceived. So the idea of BRI is of China. Okay, so this is conceived by China, and the finances are provided by China and built largely by China. So here the countries which are involving are at the lesser advantage when compared to China. China will have the highest advantage when compared to the countries that are involved in this project. So here roughly 70 countries are participating in this project. So if you calculate the total GNP of the countries that are participating, it amounts to 55% of the global GNP and the global population of 70%, right? And also 75% of energy resources will be under this project. Here the important thing is there is no time frame for BRI, so it is ever going and continuing project. And the estimated spending on this project can anywhere be from 1 trillion US dollars to 8 trillion US dollars, right? So currently India's economy is at nearly $4 trillion, right? So it's double the GDP of our country. This is how big the project is. So now we have seen the BRI project, right? And also here you can see how China is trying to control entire west and also east, right? So here if you can look over here, it is trying to control the entire west and Africa and also major part of Asia. You can imagine how the countries will come under China by getting into this project and landing in the debt circle, right? So let us see how this project taken up by other countries and how we are going to tackle the issue of BRI. Okay, so here which we are talking about the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment, right? That is PGII and India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. So this is the project that will tackle the effect of BRI, right? So recently we have I2U2 grouping. So here in I2U2 there are totally four countries: India, Israel, UAE, and US. Okay. So in this initiative, newly Saudi will be adding up. Okay, in the Middle East Economic Corridor project. But due to the stifled relationship between Israel and Saudi, Saudi are yet to be included in the project. But most probably they will get into the project, right? So Israel is an obvious partner. So here the countries will be India, US, UAE, Saudi, and Europe, right? So almost you're covering the entire Europe along with the important players of Middle East, US, and India. So in this project, the major focus will be on railway and shipping corridor, right? So in BRI, it was multiple ways, right? It is road and also maritime routes. The focus will be on commerce, energy, and digital connectivity. So these are the main initiatives taken up under this project. So actually, this was announced by Deputy NSA of US by John Finner, and later that in the G20 meeting sidelines, PM Modi has also announced about this project. Okay, the main aim of this project will be filling major infrastructure gaps. So if there are any infrastructure gaps, the project will be trying to fill the gaps and will be of high standards, transparent, sustainable, and non-coercive. The reason why it is important to remember these words because in BRI, China is trying to get countries under it, and it is not transparent, and the projects are also substandard, and they are not sustainable in the long run. You can see what happened with the Pakistan. China has invested huge amount of money in Pakistan, but still it is going through financial issues. And also, Pakistan has become a state where it can be easily influenced by the Chinese advisors. Okay, so this project will be entirely opposite to the Belt and Road Initiative. So it will be high standard, transparent, that is openness, sustainable, and non-coercive, based on the demand signal from the region instead of being an imposition. Okay? So whatever the region that needs the facilities, those kind of facilities will be provided in this project, but not any imposition. Imposition is nothing but trying to put anything on country that it is not interested in, right? And drawing an indirect but sharp contrast with China BRI. So that is what it is saying. Unlike China, we will be open, transparent, and we will be trying to fulfill the needs of the country rather than burdening with our interests, right? So here, if you see BRI, many countries which have participated in BRI are now under unsustainable debts. So if you look at Pakistan and many African countries, they are going into the debts because of the thing which they got into BRI, and also non-transparent, coercive, and compromising standards. So this is quite opposite to the project that has been coming out of G20. You can also assume one of the thing why Xi Jinping has not attended this project is because these consensus have been successful, and these are going to dent China in very severe way. Also, here America has larger strategy in West Asia. Okay? Along with that, it will be value proposition. Value proposition is nothing but it will be not in one directional way like China is doing. This would be helping all the countries that will be part of this project, right? And as we have already discussed, it will fill the border gap, like infrastructure gaps in the middle income countries. So it will be trying to help middle income countries. Okay. And next thing is for the Middle East. So Middle East in countries like Iraq, Iran, and other countries, there is a lot of turbulence. Turbulence is nothing but disturbance and also insecurity due to the terrorism. Okay, so this project will try to reduce all those issues. Like reducing the temperature is nothing but reducing those all issues and enhancing connectivity. Thereby, they can get into proper business and also improve their commerce. Right, so that there will be more prosperity rather than fighting. Okay, so as we have already seen here, so where we have said that this project will turn down the temperature, that is reduce the conflicts in the Middle East. Okay, and also incentivizing stability. So the focus will be on attaining stability and connectivity. Okay, this is a point which has already been discussed. And also, this is a positive affirmative agenda, not a coercive and negative agenda that will be taken up by countries like China to stifle the countries which are at the brink of economic collapse like Pakistan. So here the NSA was also focusing that he is saying that this is not a zero sum project, meaning that this is not a one way project that is only going to help some countries, but it will be a high value proposition with less ambitious, high standard, and transparent. So in case of China, as we already discussed, it is more coercive. Like China is making countries that they are not interested in doing. Like even in Sri Lanka also, when they were at brink of economic collapse, it did not help. Moreover, it tried to use the situation to its advantage. So unlike the BRI project, this will be less ambitious and with high standards and transparency that is open to all the countries. Okay? So let us analyze, will it be a huge setback for China ambitions? Yes, this would definitely be a huge setback for China because once this project is planned and executed, within proper time frame, this will have huge impact on China. Why? Because there are some countries that are already in BRI, right? So border and road initiative, they are into the debt crisis, so they have stifled relationships with China. So those countries would turn to the current project, okay, so that they can come out of their debts, and there can be more transparency and more decision making power for the countries. Also, this will also irk China, okay. So China is trying to do and execute its plans against India through Pakistan, okay. So now if countries turn towards this bigger project, China cannot execute its plans and make issues for India. Also, currently China is battling with demographic issues, right? So the people with more age are increasing in China, and their economy is also slowing down. So upon that, if this plan works out as assumed, then this would cause major blow for China, right? And also the reason why India did not participate in BRI is because BRI is directly impinging our sovereignty. Why? Because the BRI project passes through Gilgit Baltistan, that is currently under the Pakistan occupation. Okay, so India can obviously benefit from this. India will join this group and should join this group so that what China is doing in the garb of economic development can control that, because of it many countries are going into debts and they are not able to cope up with the current scenarios. And also currently we have INSTC also, that is International North-South Trade Corridor. So if there are possibilities, we can like integrate the corridor into this so that it will be more helpful for all the countries that are part of this project, right? So this is how the project will help every country that is participating, okay, unlike BRI. I hope the lecture has given you a clear understanding of what things are going on in the G20 summit and how the country could achieve consensus with all the countries and bring out this economic corridor so that it will be helpful in long term, right? Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, please comment down in the comment section.